All right, how's it going, everyone? Coach Patrick here. What I'm going to do here is we're going to do like a 15-minute kind of mobility, stretching, stuff to kind of help loosen up our lower and upper spines. So if you have a foam roller, okay, or a lacrosse ball, one of these rubber kind of like it's like a hard, it's called a tune-up ball, or you can use a tennis ball. Another thing which is really great is called a peanut. So it's two balls kind of taped together. So this will go kind of right in our upper back there. So least painful, right? Also least effective, okay? Probably second most painful. And then lastly is going to be this one, okay? Makes you breathe. Okay, so what we're going to do is two quick little circuits of exercises. I'll just kind of show you how it's done. And then you can go ahead and see what works for you and do probably 2 to 3 sets of each, okay? So first things first, I'm going to lay on our back, okay? And so we got the foam roller here, okay? Cross our arms here and really try and relax and breathe through, okay? We're going to focus on our upper back first, okay? Because that's the area that kind of gets tight, okay? If you ever get a massage, they really kind of dig into that area below your shoulder blades, okay? That's where we're going to kind of focus on. Okay, so just go nice and slow, take big deep breaths. You know, if you're right-handed, okay, maybe one side's bothering you, okay? Maybe it's your right side, you can kind of cross your arms and kind of lean to the right side a little bit. Focusing on going nice and slow. Start with the middle of your back and just kind of roll up through your shoulder blades. Okay. Take some deep breaths. And good. So if you have a foam roller, okay, maybe you start with that first, kind of loosen up the area. Okay, and then we'll move to the ball. Okay. So what we're going to do here is put it right underneath your shoulder blade, okay? Now, you want to feel for uncomfortable, okay? You want to feel tight tissues. So what you're going to want to do is find a spot that's really kind of uncomfortable. Now, you obviously don't want to put the ball on your spine, okay? You just want to focus on the muscle. So if you find a really tender spot, just hold it. Just take deep breaths. Okay. So option one would be you can kind of leave it there. You can roll it around, kind of go back and forth on it. Okay. Option two, you can take your arm, kind of do circles. Now really, you want to relax your head. Okay, another thing you can do with the foam roller or take a pillow, kind of put it behind your head. Just lay there. Try not to hold your breath. Can be a little painful. Kind of get that entire area under your spine, or sorry, under your shoulder blade there. Just kind of go like along the edge, looking for tight spots. Trying to hold it for a good 30 seconds. Each spot. Okay, then you'll rotate. Okay, then do the other side. So this is good because it kind of pinpoints the area a little more. Option two is kind of 2 birds with 1 stone, right? You get a peanut, so you get both sides. Okay, so this can be a little more painful since it's both sides. Okay, or a little more uncomfortable, I should say. It shouldn't be that painful. So we're going to start with our middle of our shoulder blades. Okay, you can cross. You can go down like this. And what you're going to do is kind of just slowly, you can kind of do little rolls back and forth. Okay, just kind of an inch at a time. Or you can just kind of sit there or lay there. So you're going to kind of sit on one spot for, 15 to 30 seconds so you feel it kind of release. And then you're going to kind of roll down a little bit. Again, you're not putting the ball on your spine. Okay. Roll down a little more, hold it. Okay, a little more. And you're just going to go kind of about an inch or two below your shoulder blades, but mainly kind of stick to that kind of little cord over there. Try to relax your head. That's why I like the foam roller. Take a deep breath, kind of find those areas of discomfort. You just kind of sit there. Okay? So that's going to really kind of help loosen up your upper back. Okay? One other thing you could do is your chest. Okay? You could take a ball. You know, if your chest is starting to get tight, okay, you got any shoulder issues, you can take a ball, put it right kind of below your shoulder blade. Okay, or sorry, below your clavicle there, and kind of right on that chest, right below your clavicle and your shoulder blade, or sorry, your shoulder. All right, you can kind of sit on it or lay on it like this, making sure you're not laying on your shoulder per se. It's an area just below your collarbone and to the right of your shoulder, so you should feel the kind of upper part of your chest. So you can kind of just hold it there. You can roll it back and forth. Okay. Another way to do it is you go in the doorway. Okay. You take it right here. Okay. Put it against the door frame. Okay. Right here, and you can hold it, or you can take your arm, kind of move it back and forth if you want. Okay. But really the goal is to try and loosen up that upper part of your chest here. So what happens is this pec minor gets tight and pulls our shoulder in, so we want to kind of help try and release it. Okay, so the thing is first you want to decrease the kind of the tonicity of the muscle, and once that's done, okay, you're a little looser, we could go stretch. Okay, so we can go chest stretch. Okay, so a chest stretch here. Okay. So pretty straightforward with the chest stretch. Okay. Then we're going to go thoracic rotations. Okay. So you can either do this on all fours, again, trying to loosen up our upper spine. So we're here, and we're going to, on all fours, we're going to rotate up. So we're here, on all fours, following our elbow up, try not to force it. You can also use your arm like this. If that's too much, you can step back as you rotate. Okay, so you're rotating towards the knee, stepping back, looking up, trying to mobilize our upper spine. Something else you can do is just standing, okay? Follow your hands 180 degrees, okay? Just like that. So once we kind of untap this area, okay, loosen up a little bit, then we can start to mobilize it, and you'll start to feel better, okay? Another mobility drill I like are called wall slides. So if you have a foam roller, okay, we can go hands out wide, one foot in front of the other, okay? Up and down, hands just outside shoulder width, gently pushing up and down, not being aggressive, okay? So you're going to really feel this in between your shoulder blades, okay? Option 1, option 2 without me standing against the wall, okay, heels against the wall, come up a little bit and back down. So those are a couple options to kind of help loosen up your thoracic spine. Again, that's where a lot of the tightness comes from sitting, right? So really want to kind of release everything. So release the chest, release the back, okay, upper back. And then you're able to kind of move a little bit, okay? So loosen it up first and then go ahead and try and stretch it out or mobilize it, okay? All right, now we're going to do our lower back, okay? So our lower back is a stable joint, okay, muscle. So you want this area to kind of be stable, and you want the areas around it to be loose, okay? So what I mean by that is that you want the area to be strong, okay, not necessarily mobile, okay? So you want your hips to be mobile, your lower back to be stable and strong, your thoracic spine there to be mobile, okay? So every joint in the body, it's always going to be mobility, stability, mobility, stability, okay? So with the lower back, okay, if it is tight, okay, you can do a little rolling on it, okay, gently, okay, just on one side, okay, again, not getting your spine, okay, just lightly, okay, on the foam roller, okay, So now another part of an area of concern or an issue is your hip. Okay, this kind of upper hip area here kind of feels like it's in your butt. It's just below your hip bone, okay, or your waist. Okay, option one would be to kind of roll it just like this. Again, rolling your hips in general is a good idea. So you can kind of roll back and forth, okay? Put one foot over the other. This might, it makes it a little more intense. Oh. You can just kind of hold it. Maybe go side to side on it. There's an area of tension, okay? Now, if you're feeling really brave, you can use this. A softball might work better since the muscle is bigger. But you can kind of get in there if you want to kind of put that on an area that's kind of tight in your upper back, or sorry, lower back. Kind of hold on it, okay? Or if you want to put it in the hip, put it kind of back there again, looking for tender spots, and just kind of hold it, okay? You kind of move your hip around a little bit if you want. So now, really important that if it is really tight, okay, that just means that the muscle might be a little inflamed, okay? So don't go like guns blazing, okay? Don't go in there and just like, oh, I'm gonna just hammer this glute muscle, because you can bruise yourself, okay? You can also be really sore from this because you are kind of, antagonizing the tissue a little bit. So kind of take it easy. Just hold it for, a minute or two. Just enough for it to kind of release a little bit, okay? So with the lower back, again, you can, foam roll it a teeny bit. Focus more on the hips, okay? More loosening up the hips. You can then stretch the hips, okay? So you can do a little stretch here where you're bringing it across your body. Also good for an upper back stretch, okay? Looking to the side, okay? You can go knee to shoulder here, okay? And then we could do a hip flexor quad stretch where you're kind of bringing your hip back, 90-90, hold, and then leaning back. So this way you're kind of stretching all areas of your hip that kind of get tight, okay? Okay, perfect. All right, last but not least, you can focus on decreasing some of the tonicity of your lower back, okay, using a foam roller, okay. You never really want to stretch it. It's not really going to help, okay. You're better off stretching your hips, okay. Something else you could do too, just a little strength exercise, is bridges, okay. Again, it's going to stretch out your quads, okay, and go ahead and strengthen your glutes. Okay, so you notice that anytime, usually when your butt is squeezed, your lower back is quiet. Okay, so that means it's not turned on. So we're just going to kind of come up, squeeze our hips a little bit, hold it, and come back down. Up, hold it, and then come back down. So there you go, that's kind of a couple options for you. Again, you're going to want to focus on loosening up the tissue first, okay? And then trying to mobilize the tissue with stretching or mobility drills. And then you're going to work on a little bit of strengthening if you want to strengthen your glutes. Okay, that's going to go a long way with helping any lower back discomfort. And also too, with your upper back, doing some rows, T's, stuff like that, where you can really open up your chest and work on strengthening those low to mid traps, those rhomboids. It's going to go a long way in really helping, opening up everything and kind of preventing any shoulder issues or any kind of kyphotic posture you might get. So that's it for this. A quick 10-15 minutes. You can email any of us if you